All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you right there, and just like me right here. So last night I have this crazy dream. I dream that I am basically Steve Perry's liaison, and I'm bringing him to the Springfield Civic Center, a place that I used to occasionally visit up in Massachusetts to see concerts and hockey games. There was a team called the Springfield Indians in the American Hockey League that used to play there, and I used to occasionally go out and see them. And so my brain works in mysterious ways, so I'm thinking, okay, Steve is doing a big concert. It's a fairly good size arena. So it's a sold out event, and we escort Steve to his dressing room. And lo and behold, who shows up a few minutes later in my dream is the one and only Neal Schon. At this point, I'm begging Neal to try to make amends with Steve Perry and to get them both on stage again to play some music. I wake up this morning, and by the way, my dream ends and there's no resolution, and it's typically a lot of times what happens in a dream. I wake up this morning and I see this amazing Facebook Live post where Neal is just exuding all this emotion on guitar. And I'm imagining a screen, like a side by side where Neal is in his beautiful house in Nashville and Steve is in his beautiful house out in California. And it's a side by side. And they're playing Wheel in the Sky. Because I think right now, the current world events, that would be an appropriate song to play. And then maybe you find a couple other tunes. You end one that's optimistic, or, a lot of the Journey songs are obviously very inspirational. So there's plenty of great material out there for these two guys to work with. Now you're thinking, Dave, with all this lawsuit stuff, that's probably never going to happen, right? Well, sometimes you would think in life there might be a world event or something that might happen that kind of is higher up on the food chain of things, to deal with, and to bring hope and inspiration to millions and millions of fans. Imagine if Steve and Neal wanted to do something and it was almost like a benefit for folks that are losing their jobs, or folks who can't pay bills or health insurance or whatever it is. There's a million things out there that people need in a time like this, where people are basically being told to stay in their house. You can't come out. You can come out, go for a walk, come back home, go to the grocery store if you have to. That's about it. And I know with the lawsuit and everything that just happened a couple of months ago, or I don't know how many weeks ago now. Seems like a long time ago, but it was recently. You would think with the recent things that are going on that, hey, somebody would reach out and say, you know what, why don't we do a once-in-a-lifetime reunion thing where I will sing over here, you will play guitar over there, we'll get somebody to engineer it, make sure the sound quality is good. Neal can play it in whatever key Steve wants him to play it in. Steve continues to be not touring per se, right? Because this is his thing. He's not into touring. And they help the world. They help the world heal through amazing music. I mean, Neal Schon last night, this is just a great clip, and he can just sit there almost like he's telling a story on his guitar. And imagine you have a guy who can play his guitar and tell a story, and then you have another guy who can sing, and who can sing the story along with the guitar. I mean, this is why this band is so powerful and has such a huge following, because they were able to kind of get into the hearts and brains of people. And in a time like this, it would be awesome if we could have those guys come together. I mean, it's appropriate at this moment. And it would give us something else to talk about other than what we've been talking about nonstop. We could actually say, hey, did you see that? Steve Perry and Neal Schon. I mean, you have to call Don Henley to see if you can use the whole hell freezes over trademark, because Henley might say no. So you might have to do some other kind of trademark. Anyway, before I wrap up this video, doing a favor for my friend Tom over at Paris Records, Steel City, Mach 2. This is 80s hard rock in the style of bands like Skid Row, Extreme. Once you hear it, you'll just think of your favorite 80s glam rock, hair band, whatever you want to call them. It's fantastic. I reviewed it over on my blog, so you can check out the review and go over to parisrecords.com if you want to order yourself one. It would be much appreciated. All right, folks, done with this video. I will be back soon, and thank you for watching. Stay safe.